keeps interrupting, so I'm just gonna finish this up. So when you having these things and it's sort of like avoiding game, uh, ignoring game is somebody you're not really connected with. You know, it's online stuff, it's brief acquaintances, it's not people you really on a deep level connected. It's basically you have to take care of yourself and you have to just take it normally as a rejection. So these people, they, you know, you thinking, what do they think about me when they avoiding me? A lot of times these a lot of times these people, they do not think about you. You know, a lot of times these people, they do not think about you, and they just um moving on to the next thing. And I want to tell you a few things about the online dating. The thing about online dating, guys, if it's international or local, you know, there are many local sites in US or Ukraine or anywhere, right? And what do they teach you? Swipe left, swipe right. So there are abundance of people, and I would just say, even I would probably talk about younger people, like under 40, in even like in US, that's a separate group. So people just basically meeting up to hook up and quick. I hate that word, but I'm just still gonna say it how it is, you know, just because that's why many people meet up. They're not looking for meaningful relationships. They just sort of mingle, and so they're ignoring you because they're moving on to another. So it's so easy to, you know, swipe somebody to a side you want to, you know, and you feel like, okay, this didn't work out, gonna go to the next one, you know, especially if you somewhat attractive and, you know, you in a good shape and you have some things about you that people find, that you have like good pictures, and you know, you have certain things that stand out about you. You have a ton of people that favorited you or whatever and commented, or you know, the social media stuff. So the reason why people ignore you also, they don't care about getting to know you. They don't know your values. They don't want to know your value. So the best thing you can do is just take it as a rejection, because it was never meant to be. You know, you can think, oh my gosh, if they would only know how much value I can bring to a relationship, or, you know, they don't realize what they're missing out on, or anytime you need to prove yourself or convince yourself to somebody, that is a wrong way to go, most likely, because um, you just, you can let people be, make their choices. So guys, do you have any comments on this? Because I don't want this to be a monologue. I want it to be a dialogue. If you have any comments on what I'm actually discussing right now. I'm sorry for the internet, guys. It's really so funny. I'm really tired today. I had a very long day today and yesterday, and I think that internet wants me to go and rest. Some of you commented my last live stream when we were talking that, oh, it's not so late, Veronica, but I don't know if you guys realize that live stream takes a lot of your energy, emotional especially, and to wind down after a live, you sometimes need 1 or 2 hours, at least after my life. I don't know about others. So can you hear me right now? Is everything okay? So let me see who's in the room. Hey, Dave. Hey, Kizzy. Thank you, John. Tracy, good to see you. By the way, Tracy, I want you to know that don't take my words personal. I didn't know a lot of details about your story. So, you know, you're trying to start something, you give it a chance. Do what you gotta do, and you will know. And, you know, maybe it is worth it for you to try. Um, Maybe it is worth it for you to try to do what you have to do. So guys, can you hear me well, or it's really bad? Okay, I think it's bad. Okay, I think my internet wants me to rest a little bit more. No, yeah, I'm just saying to you, Tracy, I had no idea about your, you know, your particular details, and there are some things um, that make a difference between oh great, thank you, because I don't want to sit and talking to myself. So yes, uh, give it a shot. Oh, Tracy, one thing I really want to advise you, I almost forgot. uh, Looks like you have good connection with Vita. Not only ask her to help you with a passport for the boy, if it's possible to do, ask her to call your lady and talk to her, because Vita seems like a very sincere person and smart person in terms of relationships. Ask Vita to talk to her, and she will be able to figure out, by the way she talks about you, what her intentions are, because you don't want to be stuck making passports if she's not sincere. You want to be um, you want to know what you're doing, and this is advice for everybody. I do that service. Sometimes uh, people reach out to me and they say, could you please talk to my lady, I'm just trying to understand some things, even though we have a translator or we speak English, or sometimes some details and tones, they get lost. And when somebody can call them, and she will either feel her sincerity or not. I did that many times, and sometimes ladies get very resentful, especially if they, like, sometimes men don't get these things, and they send my pictures or my videos, and the girls get very resentful because they think, oh, she's trying to, they don't know that this is what I'm doing, that it's part of what I do, and so they get personal. But after I say hi, they immediately open up, and they realize that I'm not an enemy, I'm on their side, I'm trying to help. So, but in your case, Tracy, ask Rita to do that, and honestly, maybe it's like between you and her, maybe she can offer you a service, maybe you can pay her like some kind of fee, because it's kind of a thing, but you will figure it out with her. It's your business, but do that. So, all right, guys, looks like connection is getting better here. Hey, Chuck. I think, let's see. Okay, guys, you know what? I can just answer some questions, and I'm gonna go get some rest, because I spent today some time at the car auction, and it was one of the most draining things I've ever done. So, and it was a lot of testosterone there, so I'm exhausted. There were like not a single female, maybe only people who work there, but it was quite an experience. I'll talk about this a bit later. All right, so Chuck is saying, Chuck, don't look at it as a failure. What was wrong in your situation, like wrong, so to speak? It was that you did not look for a proper feedback. Ukrainian women are not monks. If they are into you, they might take a little time to get to know you and get affectionate with you and stuff. But if after the second time you coming back to see a woman and she's not getting physically close to you, if she's not that she's feel okay, this is time and therefore I have to do this. No, because she feels she wants to be close to you. She's not showing affection toward you, like real affection. Then if she's not doing that, it means that it has nothing to do with your finance. Chuck, honestly, has nothing to do with that. There are people, you should always look at the world as a big picture. There are people that make an hour what you do a month, like seriously, and they have no problems. It's how you deal with your finance. When you offer to support somebody like that out of the blue, they will even play a game that they like you. They will even pretend. I want to warn you guys, and I think Vita talked about it too. Ukrainian women can be very good actresses. So that's why you want to be just authentic you. You know, you just want to be you. You want to see how much you really have in common, you know, with the lady. Because if you just out of the blue you show up, you know, you don't ask her for anything, you don't push her for intimate relationship, and you offer her basically allowance for a month, she'll call you, she'll text you, you know, she'll do all these things, but it doesn't mean she wants you, she's into you, she wants to be with you. So you just have to use some common sense. And you know, Chuck, I want to tell you this: you eventually will be rewarded for your kind heart. I'm not trying to sit here and criticize you guys for your empathy, for your wish to support and be a man. Just so happened that you supported the wrong person. And one day, everybody, I deeply believe in this, who has a kind heart, every someday you're gonna be rewarded. I believe you already rewarded because you do have that heart. Guys, I can't stress it enough. Um, when you do things for others, it's blessing your life. It really is. Everything you do for others comes back to you. You just have to, you know, if you want to have an affectionate woman in your life, you just a real woman, not just, you know, just a real person. You just have to see if you feel like this. And I think you probably thought, tell me if I'm wrong, Chuck. So some people, first of all, take kindness for weakness, and they are wrong. Kindness is not weakness. People, when anybody, your friend or your lover, taking kindness for weakness, they are not your friend. It happens to everybody, and it's just not right. But I want to ask Chuck, so when you were dating with her, did you think that, you know, she's not affectionate with you, she's not, you know, she's not lenient toward you because of the Ukrainian culture? Because you thought, you know, you're a gentleman, so you don't want to force her into anything. But and you should never force women into anything. It's obvious, right? Not mentally pressuring her, not, you know, because she's into you, trust me, you don't need to force her. Because, you know, we like intimacy and we like affection no less than you do. I'm just gonna spill the beans. Because it's, you know, it's like there is this myth that only men need it. It's not true. It's not true at all. Just sometimes we're not into you and we don't know how to tell you that we are not into you. Yes, it's not. She's not an old school socialist. She just took advantage of you, unfortunately. But, you know, sometimes you give somebody love and care and affection. They're not taking it right, but it's still given. You know, sometimes you're worrying about things. Sometimes you are hurting and you want things to work out certain way, but don't worry about doing things wrong when they come from your heart. Once again, when you give somebody love, when maybe it's one-sided love, um, they might not take it, they might not want it, but you had it and you gave it. And it's up to them what they're gonna do with that. For you, you just have to, once you get your mind back, you just have to figure out what you're gonna do. And it doesn't mean weakness, it doesn't mean when you're kind and loving to others, it's awful when they make you feel as if you are weak, but you are not weak. You're just a human being that want love in their life, and sometimes you make mistakes, you know? Show me one person that hadn't make a mistake. So, guys, once again, let's make this live shows more of a dialogue. So I'm gonna see. Um, Yeah, sometimes women withdraw, KZ, or girls withdraw because they found somebody else. And men do the same thing. So you just like, okay, well, you know what? I'm grateful for the time we had fun with, and thanks, you know? The thing is, guys, we actually need rejection to find our person, to let our person to come into our life. Because if there was no rejection, imagine this, you live your life and everybody wants you. Just like every single girl in the world, like every single girl in your street, everybody wants to like go out with you and be with you and whatever, right? So like how do you choose if absolutely every person, every girl wants to go out with you, or every man just have nothing else to do but dream about you if you're a woman, right? So it would be crazy. So the reason why we have rejection, because it helps people that were meant to be together to go through those experiences, to actually find each other. When you reject, you know, the people you need to reject, you find your way to the right one. So it's a pretty healthy process, um, and it's present in all parts of our life. You know, when we try to, you know, with the work, with the career, with any other part of our life, we need rejection. Otherwise, we won't even know what to do. So it's totally, I mean, another thing, it's arrogant to think that every single person are gonna be into us. Oh, you didn't like me. You're not responding to me. How dare you? Aren't you supposed to be totally in love with me once and forever? How dare you to not be willing to do that? No, you better think this over. I mean, I'm kind of exaggerating, of course, but really. Everybody loves people who are upfront. All right, let's see. I think I'm frozen again. I'm frozen. Yes, Irene, I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Because I'm frozen, I'm still here. So I think I'm gonna keep it short because I do need to get some rest. So my internet is saving me. So can you hear me, guys? Frozen. Yes, Irene, I had responded you. I got your letter and I had responded you. Okay, so you can hear me, but I'm frozen. Okay. Yeah, okay, so Irene, I responded your letter today. I felt that I have to respond it. And as a guys, I just want you to know, everybody who's listening, guys, I am, it's my initiative to respond, but I don't owe you to respond. Each time I get a letter saying, Veronica, so each time I get a letter saying, Veronica, I sent you an email, I get no response. Where is my response? Just know that you're not gonna get any. So just saying, because I don't owe, and this is, guys, this is how I'm gonna finish this. This is how I'm gonna finish this live, and I'm looking forward to getting some, you know, getting some discussion on this later. But I'm gonna say this: do not demand things from people that don't owe you anything. They'll do their best, but let them come to you, give them space, give them time. Do not push them, do not demand, do not try to get what does not belong to you. So yes, Irene, I think so. It's so funny, guys. I can talk for a bit more. I think that you seen me before, so we can live with a frozen picture. Okay, all right. Yes, guys. So anyway, I wish everybody a wonderful night. Um, I hope you found some nuggets and I hope everybody have a wonderful rest. We'll catch up later. I will announce another stream sometime. I have many questions on my list. So guys, have a wonderful night, and I will